Hi there everybody, today I'm going to show you how to create a bullet hole and then show you how to animate it so it looks like your PowerPoint or your document or it has been shot essentially. So I'll come to the animation part second, but first of all it's about just creating the bullet hole. So the bullet hole really, you're right, it's about basically a circle to start with, but to give it a little more realistic effect, not a perfect circle. But I will start by inserting a circle. So with my shift key held down, I'm going to create a circle to start with, and then I'm going to make sure it is black. I am going to get rid of any lines. So that's the first bit. I am then going to insert another shape because my circle probably won't be perfect. So I'm going to create this kind of shape that just kind of goes slightly behind it. And I am going to merge the two shapes. Oops! Oh, it's just taken the blue color, but change it black. So that is my first bit. Now you can, if I click my right button, edit the points. So if you don't want your spike quite as big at all, and I don't like them too big because I don't think my perforation is going to need to be too bad. So it's fine. You can even add additional points if you wanted to. Um, just to kind of play around with the circle. But that to me was absolutely fine. So there is my circle. Then got this idea of thinking, well, it's perforated a piece of paper. So, well, I say paper, it could be metal, it could be anything really. But if it goes in something, it's only going to create a hole and it's only going to get a ripple and it's going to get more than just a circle hole. So this is the bit where I add some additional circles behind it. Okay, so I'm just going to create another one, which if I send to the back, you can see where it fits. Now this one is a little bit like, well, this is the ridge essentially. So the hole goes in, and then this one would be kind of like a kind of well, because we're on white, we'll just go with grey, kind of slightly greyed effect, um, and essentially it would be sloped potentially depending on the angle of the it's going to go in. So because it's going to be sloped, I'm going to firstly get rid of the line because I don't want lines, but I am going to give it a gradient fill. Actually, that's not too bad, but it don't have to be straight. It can be an angle or something like that. So I'm just going to go actually the other way around. So I'm going to do a little bit like that. So it just kind of gives it that kind of gradial feel. And then I'm going to copy and paste the circle again. So again, just bit bigger to give it this kind of like. So what is it? You've got your let me just send that to the back. So you've got your hole, and then it's like ridged up and then ridged back down. That's really so. So what you've got now is this slightly darker one where it ridged up, where there's less light, and then the bit where it kind of. So if you imagine light is kind of coming from this direction, you'll see more of this, but that'll be kind of like it would be faded down, faded there. So that's the idea. What you can then do again, if you just don't want that level of you know, perfection and it doesn't need to be perfected, you could also then just send this to the back um, and give that a little bit of a grey tinge. Let's move the line. So it's just gonna kind of not quite perfect kind of thing. Not supposed to sure you need that one personally. I think actually that is perfectly fine. To me, that is a good old bullet hole with a kind of bit of shading in there. So that's my bullet hole. You can then, I guess, group that once you've got it all to kind of one thing, and of course you can make it whichever size you want. So if you want to make it a little bit smaller bullet holes, copy and paste it essentially through your page, and you suddenly got some bullet holes. All right, so that is essentially is it. I'm just going to create another one over here. So I've got like a bullet hole. And what I'm going to do now, I've already kind of inserted some music, some sound in another slide. So I'll take this slide. So this slide over here, you can see what I've done. I've added wanted, and I've added 6 bullet holes on this slide. Now, and from an animation perspective, what you wanted to do, so if you just listen to the sound for a second, it goes, so do 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 do. So I want the bullet holes to basically appear in the same time frame of this. So if I play it, so within half a second, the bullet points have kind of appeared. So literally 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. So all within about 0.1. So when I go to the animation pane, what I've done for each one, I have created appear at 0.1 along with the gun appear at the same time. You've also got entrance appear at 0.1 and then at 0.1 and then at 0.2 at 0.3 and in fact 0.2. I've actually got them happening at the same time. So let's just deviate. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Let's do 0.3. In fact, if I double click it, let's do 0.35. And then this one here, 0.4. So they're even quicker. Okay, so now what should happen when I play this? Hopefully you like this. I quite like it. If I go to the side, you've got wanted, dead, alive, and then I press enter even, and you can see what happens there. I pressed the wrong button. I'll do it once again. And you can see your bullet points kind of going into your slide, which I think is really, really cool. On the following slide, I've just changed the background color to this kind of, I suppose if you want a kind of a matted kind of color. To me, there's a little bit of work still needs to be done on this because the gray doesn't quite match, the background. So what you might want to do if you don't want the gray, if you want the gray to kind of change a little bit, is just maybe add it, play around with the level of the different colors. So if because they're, I think they're all one shape. I think I put them all in one shape. But if I just take one of my previously made ones, copy, and paste it as an example, see this one's got a level of transparency, and that's probably better than the one you've currently got, because you wouldn't get that silver. And again, it's open to interpretation, but I think that one is certainly better than this one because, like I said, you've got the colour of the background involved in the shape, so it looks like it's indented, still got the shadow, that's absolutely fine. Whereas this one, it does look like it's a little bit more on metal, if one for a better word. So you've got that flexibility. So I will just, for now, I'm just going to do that job for you. So I'm just going to take this shape and replace it. So change picture from the clipboard. Change picture from the clipboard. So what I've done there is I've copied, and with it being copied, I can then click my right button and change picture from the clipboard. Change picture from the clipboard, and that means it should maintain the animation that is already retained in there. So let's get rid of this one. Make them a little bit smaller. I don't think they're that big on a poster, personally. A little bit smaller, a bit more like that one. Make that one smaller as well. And now with this one, so I've got your wanted poster from this slide. No, I want it from, apologies, I want it from the current slide. And when I press it, there we go. We've got bullet points going across. So that's bullet holes in your PowerPoint slide. Hope you found that useful, and don't forget the resources and the sound that I've kind of used is available for you to take advantage of. But for now, I will see you again on the next video. Thanks for watching.